when I saw that it was happening, it was definitely a goal of mine to do this with the community that I have building. So this is really awesome. And I truly value you guys so much supporting me doing the thing. It's almost like I have a second job on Wednesdays, honestly, because I try really hard to get a decent stream in. Like, this stream will be a 4-hour stream, which is like almost half of my regular workday. So I really value that you guys hang out for all or any of that. And I'm super cheesy and will always thank you for it. So, all right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. I will try not to talk over people, but I will respond audibly. Here we go. Oh, here's the trailer. Nice.
You've been busy, Guardian. When you slew the Undying Mind, you changed the course of history. Now time is broken on Mercury, fractured by the Legion. They intend to write a new history, a new ending to the Red War. If you're willing to help, you'll need to walk the corridors of time. And you'll need my sundial to do it. I built it so that an ally of mine could cheat death. I failed to help him, and his death remains my greatest regret.
Let me make the audio louder. Oh, I don't know.
They call me
Maybe it's supposed to look like it.
the greatest titan who ever lived.
This is so dope. The whole look of this is so beautiful. Like, this sleek look is really just my favorite aesthetic. Fireballs.
You fight like a caged animal.
Oof. I cannot wait for that finisher, dude. Is that Gallagher? Looks like Gallagher. It wasn't, but it looks like it. Is it too loud now, by the way? Is it okay?
Bring the sky down upon them.
Oh man, it's so dope, dude. I'm gonna spend a hot $5 on that finisher in between my car payments and everything else.
Hello and welcome to a Bungie live stream. We are here to take a look at Season of Dawn. I'm Deej, I'll be your host, and I'm joined on set by two developers who have led our development team in the creation of this new story that we'll be telling. And how are you today?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Rachel and Jonathan, do me a favor, introduce yourself to our community by talking a little bit about what you do at Bungie and what was your unique and personal contribution to Season of Dawn.
I'm a producer on Vanguard Omega. I helped lead all the different disciplines and create this really cool experience for the community.
And I was the narrative lead on the season. I collaborated with design and art to help bring you guys the story of Saint 14's big return.
Very colorful today.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for noticing. It's a lion, and it is meant to remind me that a lion doesn't try to be fierce, it just is, just like Saint 14.
That wasn't
That's
rehearsed
not
at
a
all.
joke.
No, and it wasn't. It wasn't rehearsed either. It was very extemporaneous.
Dude,
you know,
just so
regarding
funny.
Saint 14, the past 24 hours have seen a great deal of Saint 14 hype, I guess we would have to say.
Yes.
And as developers, as creators, what has been your own personal response to their reaction to the Season of Dawn reveal trailer?
I spent most of the night
That big
watching all of the reactions to the trailers. It was probably my favorite part of the evening with my fiance. We just sat there and watched as people tried to speculate what was going to be happening through the season. Professor Brumman was probably my favorite reaction so far.
Yes,
It was
yes.
a lot of cursing.
It was a little bit of cursing, a little bit of curse words, but that enthusiasm, those real-time reactions, those visceral reactions to the things that we work so hard on. I mean, is that not the best moment as a developer? Is, when you create something, to see someone respond to it, to see someone experience it for the first time. That's why we do it, right?
Absolutely, and I totally get the fan experience. I was a fan during vanilla Destiny 1 when I was just a player. I was a fan of Saint 14's character back when he was just a grimoire story and a helm. It's been an honor and a privilege to help bring a deep lore character like Saint 14 to the forefront of the player experience in Destiny. It's too bad he's dead right now, and the players are going to have to pull a miracle out of their butts to save him. But
I think we'll be able to do
before,
it.
so
I
maybe
think
they
it'll
can do
be
it again.
okay.
Maybe. If anyone can, our community can. As somebody who has taken that deep lore character and given them new life, talk to me about how you relate personally to the character of Saint 14.
So Saint is probably the most lawful good character that we've ever created. He loves pigeons. He loves pigeons so much that he's named his ship after them. He's very large.
Oh, I wonder if we're going to be
He's
able to
very
get
wholesome,
his ship.
and sometimes that gets him into trouble, like the time that he died.
Coffee.
Quite literally a saint in that case.
Absolutely.
A virtuous character,
I mean,
the sacrifice.
He's in trouble right now, guys. He needs your help.
Okay. So that
This guy
help
is
will
the-
be on the way on
Oh, do
December
we
10th.
have his ship?
When
You
Season
know
of
more
Dawn
than
begins,
me.
less than a week away now. So,
So that's
there's
why
a lot
you're
of
here.
anticipation. There's a lot of excitement.
This guy
Rachel,
is
give us a sense.
really with the
we start
jokes
with
today.
an idea. We decide on a story
That's
that
all
we
right.
want to tell. As
We
a
either
producer,
have it or we don't,
you
so
sort
you're
of bringing all
50-50
these
shot.
disciplines together into one creative process. How did everybody sort of share that inspiration and that motivation in doing all of the work that made this possible?
I mean, it really wasn't hard to bring people together in this case. John and all the writers on the seasonal team have really inspired a lot of the team and how we actually go about building the season. That passion is super inspiring.
Just want to say, Nico, Christine, and Paul, you
Yeah.
guys were amazing.
They were all really amazing, and he helped really inspire how we built the season and
Oh.
influenced what the actual season was. People brainstormed
What's it
together.
called?
We built the season as a team collaboratively, just like we built everything in Destiny together. It was definitely a really cool collaboration and cooperation for everybody.
I want to share a piece of art that
Oh.
I think a lot of people on the team have a lot of heart for.
probably
and
don't have that one.
This piece of art really encapsulates the mood that we've created with Season of Dawn. This is the idea that we've all come together to embrace.
It's a
Jonathan,
Memento
what can you
Mori
tell us about
version?
the themes and the ideas that are captured in this
That's that style of
beautiful
art.
piece of artwork? And programming note, we will release this on social media imminently. So that if you would like to make this your wallpaper or
beautiful.
what have you, you
Honestly.
don't need to go screenshotting right now. You only need to go and consult our Twitter channels. But talk to us from a creative standpoint as to what this speaks to you about.
For sure. So besides being an awesome piece of art, all of that gear that you saw there belonged to Saint 14. The piece, though, is not about the gear itself. The piece, to me, is about Saint's absence, and perhaps even how Osiris feels about Saint's absence. The helm that you saw there is iconic. It's been with us since the very first version of Destiny, and it's synonymous with Saint as a character.
Sure.
The shotgun is it's called the Perfect Paradox. It is Saint's signature weapon. It was forged by our players way back in the Curse of Osiris expansion. And I wrote the lore tab for that weapon
still have mine.
that happened to insinuate that players would perhaps one day be able to bring that weapon back to Saint 14. There's a huge problem right now, though, because he's dead. He's still dead, and we're going to have to solve that before we can give Saint back his weapon.
Yep.
The ribbons
I
that
think
you saw
mine's
there as
masterworked.
well, Saint brought those with him everywhere. There's more to their story than just armor ornamentation, though, and we'll get more into that as our story progresses.
Wonderful. new mysteries to discover, new challenges to overcome, new miracles to pull out of. We don't need to revisit that line of dialogue again. Thank you so much for the work that you've done to create this moment of excitement for our community. People are really looking forward to embarking on this new journey, and that happens on Tuesday.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah. So telling a new story with Season of Dawn is just one of the things that we're doing. Let's take a look at everything else that we have planned for the months and weeks to come.
Oh, here we go.
As is customary and typical, we like to release a calendar of all of the events. If you are screenshotting, if you are squinting to read the fine print, this is also going out on social media.
Ooh, Elimination is coming
many
out.
different reasons to engage with Destiny.
For sure. Rusted
many different
Lands, Tangled Shore,
awesome
and
things to
Mars.
add to your collection.
Obelisks?
Special events
Open?
to recognize the season. Exotic weapons that you can go on a quest to earn. Crimson Days, celebrating, the love between members of our community, etc., and so on. So. With that, please do consult our social media channels.
Okay.
And look at this, we have 2 more developers in our hot seats. Robbie, Tomo, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks
We're going to have a conversation now about how the beginning of one season on the tail end of another really will have an opportunity to change the game. Before we jump into that conversation, give our audience an idea as to, for yourselves, what you do at Bungie, and what was your unique fingerprint on Season of Dawn.
So I'm a creative lead at Bungie, which means I'm the one who is kind of the vision holder for the seasons we're working on. And I basically work with the team in a collaborative manner to collect the best ideas and work on those ideas with everyone to bring them to life in the game.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Tomo.
Yeah, I'm the combat air lead here at Bungie, part of the systems team, and so something that we, one of our mandates is to make sure that we're continuously updating the game, keeping it fresh, keeping it engaging for players, and so definitely trying to do that again with Season of Dawn.
Maybe
Creating
PT
the action.
Yeah.
Yep. In that moment when we finally
I
get
think
to
that's
play,
gonna
we
come
can
back.
feel your work.
I think
All right,
it
that's
is.
wonderful. Robbie, Season of the Undying is coming to an end. Season of Dawn begins. This is going to be a different feel for our community than it was last year when we went from one season to the next. Can you give me a sense of how our goals are changing there? I know that we may have seen you or Luke Smith previously in Bungie Media talking about the fact that we're trying to build something that lives, right? So talk to me about how the beginning of this season really is a realization of those goals.
So something we're really trying to do is take the triumphs, take the victories, and maybe even sometimes the failures that you experience as a player when you're in these seasons, and have them directly connect and evolve in the stories that we're telling moving forward. And so, basically the community is actively stopping the Undying Mind right now and stopping the Vex threat from the Black Garden. And during this time, Osiris is in the Infinite Forest, and he sees this timeline that the Guardians are on, and he sees Calamity, and so that's why he's leaving the Infinite Forest.
Controller, so we're going to see
and so basically your actions as a player are directly propelling us into the next season. And if you think about how we used to build our campaigns, right? Like that would be an experience that you would play once at the beginning of the year. It would be finite and it would end quickly. And really what we're trying to do is kind of take that experience of the world changing, of the world evolving, of your actions having meaningful impact. It's something that you experience throughout the year and not just at the burst whenever a big expansion comes out.
Yeah. And I think if we look back at Season of the Forge, Season of the Drifter, Opulence, they were these self-contained, very specific experiences that didn't relate to each other all that much. But now there's this through line, there's this persistent narrative, and as you do these awesome things in Destiny, as you conquer your foes, you leave
a lasting impact.
A lasting impact, and you impact the way the story gets told and the way the story evolves.
And so I think something also interesting that we get to do is we actually actively get to see how people are actually reacting to the stories that they're experiencing as well. And as we're developing the future seasons as well, we're thinking about that, and we're thinking about the things that they like and they dislike as well, which is different than what we've been able to do in the past in some ways.
So in any moment of gameplay or discovery, you're putting the pieces on the board that you can pay off later.
Yes, and I mean it's something like John was mentioning before, that we had something in deep lore, right, from years ago, and I think what we're seeing now is a game where we can actually players can actually initiate things happening, and we actually get to react to them faster. There's going to be a lot less of the like, oh, there's something in lore that we never talk about, and it's going to be a lot more of like, okay, we say something at one point in the season, and we really want to try to react to it within a shorter time period, really. Okay. So.
Well, we've had a lot of talk so far about ideas and feelings and goals and ideas. Let's actually take a look at the game, Tomo. Show us
Let's do it.
how we can configure
Oh my God,
a
look at that
hunter
armor.
for ideal
Oof.
combat conditions
I
in
have
Season
feelings.
of Dawn. This may be what your character looks like on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I look freaking awesome. I'm a hunter. That's
course
step
you do.
one, of course.
Yes.
Look at the
But
Mohawk.
also, like Robbie said, like even through our combat and like the action game, we want it to feel like you're evolving. Your guardian,
look at the artifact.
your setup, your monster
Oh,
killing machine, that is evolving season over season. One of the ways we're doing that, of course, is some of you might have read on our weekly updates, we have a solar
I know, that
subclass update
hunter
coming
looks
with
so
Season of Dawn.
good.
But on top of that, season over season, we're injecting new ways to play when it comes to like the artifact, changing up the mods there. So I'll dive in there
yeah.
real
Let's see
quickly.
it. Let's see it. Let's see it.
As you can see,
Pulse,
last
baby.
season it was the
Oof.
Gate Lord's
I was
Eye.
just talking
this
about that
season,
earlier.
it's called the Lantern of Osiris. Osiris and Saint 14 are our two main storylines, and so this is part of a storyline that will
Sadly's gonna
evolve over the
spend so
course of
much
this
money.
season, and you'll understand like where this kind of falls into place. We've also changed up a little bit of the artifact in the way like we have our mods laid out. As you can notice,
We must be
have
getting a dope
in our first
linear
column here
rifle.
now. We have our champion mods.
Back up.
Because the artifact resets at the end of the season, you're going to get a new one.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that this is something that you can reacquire pretty early on. These are going to be for different weapon archetypes from what you're used to in the past, and these will help you overcome. And you'll see
Can't spend money
here
though,
shortly,
which is why I'd be sad.
like
Yeah,
the
but
champions that we have.
she
for the
sells it.
This is your perfect
for-
weapon
for bright
the new
dust.
combat conditions. As you go into the Sundial, which we will be
Bows, scout
playing
rifles,
in a
and
matter
pulse
of moments, this is going to really play into how
That's
you can
good.
perfectly configure your character to confront those new
two of my
challenges.
dudes.
Exactly. And this upcoming season, we're focusing more on the long-range combat, precision shooting.
Yes.
And I'm sure Guardians have
Good.
noticed that last season it was focused more heavily on Arc and Void. This upcoming season, because we did the Solar subclass update as well, we're going to be focusing heavily on Solar and Void as our secondary element.
Okay.
Yeah, they
So
love the
here's a
Void.
couple that I've selected for myself. I personally really enjoy pulse rifles and scout rifles and stuff like that, so I've grabbed a couple of those. As well as in the second column here, our
rifle
Guardians
class.
probably remember from this past season, all of them were reloader mods. We've actually mixed it up, so now you can also get unflinching for certain weapon archetypes, as well as enhanced
Love
targeting.
the unflinching.
And then we've also added a couple new mods that players haven't seen yet. My personal favorite that I'm looking forward to using is this one called Guardian Angel. This allows you to get a chance of a healing orb to drop if you get a precision kill. And yeah, you have to use one of the precision
Snipies.
weapons that
Oh my
is
gosh,
embedded for
Sinful's
this
gonna go
season.
nuts, dude.
All right. And then let's take a look at configuring your character. Armor 2.0 was
Yeah.
something that people delved into for the first time at the beginning of last season, and I understand it's evolving in this season.
It is. So the rewards team did an awesome job of giving us Armor 2.0, but Armor 2.0 by itself isn't the end of it. Like they're continuing to enhance the experience. And something that you might notice is any piece of gear that you acquired during Season of Dawn now has a different symbol in their fourth mod slot here. Instead of having the Vex symbol for signifying the last season, we now have a new symbol for Season of Dawn. And over the course of the season, through various activities within the season, you'll be able to acquire new mods that you haven't seen before. And these mods now have like a new mechanic that is called Charge with Light.
Ooh.
And when you're charged with light, you actually get these benefits. So there's certain mods that allow you to get charges of light, and then there's certain mods that allow you to consume charge of light. And this becomes like this new gameplay engine that actually works throughout the entirety of Destiny now. It isn't just for the Nightmare hunts or just for the raid. So we're pretty excited for that.
Fantastic. All right, what else you got for us? What else is new?
All right. Since I'm a hunter and I want to look cool, finishers is also a great way to look cool.
Yes.
So I'm going to go down to the finisher blade, and players might notice here that now you don't have just a single finisher icon here, so signifying that that is what you have equipped. Instead, now we have a new multi-equip feature. On systems, we want to continue to evolve our features and continue to make the experience better for our players. And so what multi-equip does is more or less like a playlist for your finishers. And you can have up to 9 in your bucket here, and then you can actually just do like a right thumbstick click, and then you can favorite them, and you see that little star next to that where it says legendary.
Yeah.
And then that allows you to actually then have those randomly be selected when you're doing finishers in the game.
You want to preview one of your favorites for us?
Yeah,
one or two
well,
of your favorites?
I'm definitely going to say, since Saint 14's coming back, everyone's going to love this
Oh
one.
man, yeah,
You
that's
gotta
it,
get
baby.
that head bash.
It's
how can we
so
earn that
good.
This one I believe is on the season's pass. So
Yes. Yeah, it's on the season
yeah,
pass.
as long as you get the season's pass and you're playing the game, then you'll be able to earn this fairly quickly.
Wonderful.
And then you'll also have other ones that are going to be in the Eververse store. My personal favorite is this one here. Love that one.
All right, so it's easy to do this to a sweeper
that one.
tackle dummy,
Something,
but why don't you give us a
work-related
taste
is
of how this
happening
stuff
at the same
actually
time
looks
as
in the
this.
wild?
Definitely. So
And for
Here we go,
that,
we're gonna
we'll
get
take
Sparrow.
your live to Mercury
Look,
and
hey,
It's a sparrow.
it is.
Sparrows on Mercury. Let's see your
Falcon
parkour
punch.
skills.
this
Can
is
you
dope,
stick the
man.
landing?
Oh,
Can you
this is
stick
the
the
best part of
landing?
the whole update. Best
Nailed
part.
it.
Beautiful.
There's no game sound.
Stuck
that's-
that landing too. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Look at that.
Oh, you're far
I'm,
too
I'm
lethal.
too good.
Just too,
It's a
too
it's
good
a
for our own good.
Saint 14
All right,
Scout.
seeking targets. You'll do.
You're not shooting at the. Oh, I see why. I
Shooting
was
with a
like,
kneecap.
that's
You're
not a.
kneecapping that guy.
Oh, there's
That's
the headbutt.
not
Beautiful.
a precision shot. Finally, I know for real. I can't. I don't even know why it wasn't in the
is
first
your
place.
dance.
Like
You want some of this?
Mercury's
You can
not
have some.
huge, but it's big
Wonderful.
enough to not want to walk
All right,
everywhere.
that all looks
Stupid.
great. So changes afoot, new stories, new
Heck yeah, dude.
artifact, new combat meta. Obviously, when we're telling a new story and we have new media out there, we
Deadly,
love
I
to watch
wanna
their
buy the season
reactions.
pass
But
on PC.
when we change
Even
the
though I don't need
way
to.
they fight,
How many
there's
button
obviously
presses went
reactions
into
there
adding
as well.
Sparrow to Mercury? I don't know.
Yeah, so I
5?
think we've talked a lot about the combat. We've talked a lot about Mercury, and you guys are going to see the sundials soon.
It makes
and I think
sense,
something
kind
to
of, like,
think about and
we
understand
weren't
for
there
the
very
season is that
much
there's going to be a
until
lot
now.
more than just
Yes.
Mercury, than just the combat, right? Like you're going to be asked to
feel
go
you,
throughout the solar
Clumsy.
system, go to Tangled Shore, go to destinations that you haven't been to in a while to basically help stop this new Cabal threat. That's appeared in the system, and as you guys are actively playing the season and you're reacting to it, we're going to be listening, we're going to be watching, and we're going to be thinking of how we can integrate the things that you care about, you like or dislike, into our future season development. And it's something that we think about a lot and we try to pay attention to a lot. So, yeah.
New PvP maps.
Yep, we got
back-
Rusted Lands coming back.
Rusted
yeah.
Lands is coming back.
Yep.
So for
Are there
every type
more?
of player of Destiny, you're already. Yes.
I'm ready.
Yeah, and
Changing
Rusted
false to
Lands
true,
is
so
certainly near and
9.
dear to our hearts because that's really where the Destiny sandbox was born. A lot of our earliest iterations on the way Guardians move and the way they fight come off of that map.
Rusted Lands
and
is such a good
that's
map.
A wonderful place to send our community back to. So
There's a
if you're a
few
fan
people
of
in
the
our
Crucible,
clan
there's
who
also new
haven't
things to
played
engage
Rusted
with.
Lands.
Something for everyone. Yep.
'Cause they
And
didn't play
of course,
Destiny
we
1,
will be
so-
watching, we'll be listening, and
gonna be good.
this conversation will continue. I think we're being extremely interactive with how we react to the players these days.
We're trying, yeah.
The developers are reacting,
They
the
are.
game is reacting,
Bungie's
even the
doing a good
characters
job.
in the world are reacting. So we'll continue that rolling.
Indeed.
All right. Thank you so much. I think it's time now to see the sundial in action. And for that, we need to introduce you to the fire team that we have assembled right here, live on set.
All right.
And welcome to
Oh,
the show,
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Hey, Deej.
Thanks for bringing together a group of people to take on the Cabal in this new activity. Who do you have assembled in your fighting party today?
Well, we're ready to go. To my left is Alexandra from the player support team. To my right is Eric, who is an investment test engineer, works on Season of the Dawn. And then across from me is Doug, who is an animator, works on a lot of the emotes that you see. Mitch is another investment test engineer. And then John is a test engineer. And we're ready to go and take on the sundial.
Well, you all look fabulous, but show me your guardians. Let's take a look at how you are dressed for the occasion. Look at that.
Wowzy.
Lots of new gear to add to your collections. Using
this
our
a
developer tools, we can have
PvPvE
this
thing?
God's Eye floating through the space. You can see the gear that every player of Destiny 2 can earn as part of Season of Dawn. And then if you're a holder of the Season Pass, obviously in the premium track, you can earn these ornaments
Oh, deadly. Those are
very
ornaments
Saint
you
14
earn.
inspired. Everyone's a knight in shining armor, and can't
in
wait
the
to
season pass.
make
There
my
you go.
warlock look that unflinchingly noble. So thanks for the preview. Before we actually activate the activity, I would like to introduce
they're
you to
not
two
against
more
each other.
developers who have braved the hot seats.
Guess I'm
here
doing
with
bounties.
Tim
Heck
and
yeah,
Matt.
dude.
And
Burn.
you guys worked to actually
I
create
think
this new
I think
activity
I'm gonna get
and refresh the destinations.
to
But
see
in your
when
own
it
words,
launches
please
if I
tell our
have-
audience what your contribution was to Season of Dawn.
Personally, I was responsible for doing a lot of the visual effects and stuff like that. But like with our team, like we're able to collaborate all together to build this like beautiful experience. And without the help of Matt, like we were able to build something really engaging as well.
I am an activities designer, and with the help of Antim, we were able to make a really cool experience for you.
I love
worked
these
on
guys.
Activity
They're my
structure and
favorites.
counter design, your overall experience as you go through encounters and interact with the mechanics.
I think
and
he has
your
a
moment-to-moment,
stutter
what you're
as well,
shooting in the face.
just based on his mouth
That's
movement.
really what it comes down to, doesn't it?
That's what,
Yeah.
We've always been at war with the Cabal. Come on.
So he's probably extra nervous.
Whether we wanted it,
Whether we wanted it or not.
whether we wanted it or not. All right. So let's go ahead and check in with our fire team. We're going to lay down some developer commentary while they shoot those things in the face. Cosmo, you are prepared to begin
they have
this
to
activity.
build a scent or
First thing that
something?
we can notice here is that we have a new landing zone for the sundial. And talk to me a little bit about the inspirations and the design motivations that went into breathing
Show me
some
that.
new
Show
life
me that
into
again.
Mercury.
So in Mercury, like we had this really good opportunity from narrative to like really clash all these different timelines. You got like past, you got present, you got future, and like as artists, like we wanted to like see all of these assets again. So like we just like figure out how to make this like as epic and as beautiful as possible. And then like suddenly we had the idea like, what if we just put all of them all together? And it was daunting. It was really scary because like there's a lot of technical challenges. You have to like go around with like lighting. You have to go around with world art and just like over and over again to like make sure they actually got it all working with these giant time walls and
Doesn't that
everything.
thing look like
but in
the
the end, like
Gallimard?
it was worth it. Like I'm really proud of the work that we were able to
Obviously,
do.
it's not, but it looks like it.
So we're going to be fighting our way up this slope here.
Yeah.
Matt, the sundial is sort of emerging in the distance. This is Osiris's device that he can use to sort of control the corridors of time, all the alternate realities. What were some of the themes and what were some of the different motivations that we embraced as we created this new action for the player?
Once we learned where we were going on the narrative front, Jonto, I'm so sorry, but it was obviously time cops stopping time crimes.
Time cops stopping time crime.
This was
and yeah,
this
you
on
can
the
see players here that disengage
roadmap
with one
was
of our
only
new,
for season
Ball
pass
champions.
holders, right? This event, this activity.
Right, and so here is this enormous device.
Thanks.
What were some of the
I know
different
that new Warlock
inspirations for
melee
creating
looks
this
so
new
dope.
structure? It's pretty daunting.
So
Yeah, so that
Sundial,
means that
like,
if I want to do this, I have to
we
play
had to
it
make
on
this crazy
Xbox, which is
time
fine,
machine. Like,
'cause
it's
I
super
wanna play with
dangerous,
Deadly and
like
Sinful,
it's
so.
trying to borrow
Back
off from
to
this like
Xbox
Vex
for a
tech.
while.
And then like Osiris, this mystical arcane person's like, I got an idea, and he's built this crazy thing. So like we had to mix like a lot of these structures of like this really cool visual effects language that we have for Vex, a lot of grids and stuff, and then try to immerse like some of the really like instrumental like technical stuff that Osiris has, which is like more inspired from the 18th century like nautical instruments and stuff.
I have to buy this
And then
season
like
pass.
we just
You
built
actually,
it
I'm
and,
pretty
like,
sure you can buy a
it's great.
la carte.
yeah.
So if you only want to just buy
So like
this
we
and not
have- like we
everything
have set
else,
up in other
just buy
activities
this
that was
one.
the
And then
code
if
only
you
interacted with, and
maybe
it started
like the
the
next
encounter.
one comes out and
And
you're
it
like
looks like
mad
during
about it, then you don't have to
the
get
future
it. You can buy it
encounter
separately.
here.
I love this one.
Yeah.
So they step through an aperture into a different alternate reality, into
Deadly,
a
you
different
don't have the season
timeline.
pass on? Oh,
and
no.
This is what could come to pass.
pardon me?
This is what could come to pass.
What could come to
Yeah.
pass if we are not victorious? And when they activate this activity and they step through that window, they're not entirely certain what they're going to get. Like this can be different combinations of timelines. It's going to be different every time they access the activity. Yeah.
Yes, and
It's a big
the
old
activity
ball you throw. Jeez.
bosses will evolve. They will week to week. They'll roll out a new one, and there's some surprises I really wish I could talk about, but I really wish I
So
could talk
it's not
about.
a
But I'm super
static
excited
boss
for players
like
to
Vex Invasion?
find out what it is.
And
as the season rolls on.
And to your point, yeah, week over week, there will be different bosses for them to face at the end of this activity. Our enemies have some tricks up their sleeves that will be revealed and understood over time.
Seems like it'll be a little more
your first
satisfying
experience
than
with the sundial will certainly not be like
Vex.
your last experience with the sundial, and
Offensive.
it'll be a it'll be a varied experience. So,
And the activity can't, you'll always complete it. It doesn't matter who you matchmake with. And so if players find themselves with you, they'll still be able to complete especially you, D, they'll still be able to complete the activity.
what?
Shade.
Deej is such a good
especially,
sport. I've
so,
met him
yeah,
a couple
the
times.
whole-
He's really
the whole-
cool.
One of the goals for when we set this up is it's not a traditional horde mode. There are mechanics in here, and you'll find that there's a lot of different strategies you can incorporate in order to get through the activity and earn your rewards as fast as possible.
Yeah, okay.
And when hard mode comes out,
Ooh, okay.
you're gonna want to bring some friends that have
It's gonna be a hard
that
mode.
have
That's dope.
leveled up their artifact and gotten better
Okay.
mods to be able to use against
So
the
point of order, the sundial is a 6-player match-made activity.
Correct.
I can bring a pre-made 6-player fire team if I want. Obviously, a team that can communicate with each other and coordinate with each other can complete this activity more efficiently, more quickly, get to that loot at the end. But in terms of hard mode, that does require a pre-made fire team.
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna.
Just want to set those expectations appropriately for our community. As we got
Makes sense.
some big bad bosses here.
Always made sense.
I think players are gonna really enjoy the new champions.
One of the big challenges you have to figure out for this particular encounter is that we have to be able to throw this ball that creates this giant laser and stuff.
So happy.
I'm so glad we got that in there. But one of the difficulties is that you're looking at this
I love
really
the
bright
sky.
skybox, and we had to make a laser be brighter than the sun when you're on Mercury, and that was a challenge. I'm glad we got it working, but my gosh, we had to iterate a lot on that one.
Yeah.
This guy gives me
talk
Nick
to me
A30
about what the
vibes.
players are doing right now. They're picking up these charges. How exactly are they using these to
That is a
overcome the
Gala
tactical
horn.
So in
conditions
this
here?
possible future, the Cabal have won. They've learned to potentially weaponize the light, and they have all their ships just in orbit, and you're basically, thematically, you're just basically saying, stop hitting yourself. you're throwing their kind of beacons. He's like, when I remember we were early in production, I went up to John, I'm like, can we get a line that says, "Idiot, start off the laser"? It just cracked me up, but I don't think we got it. There might be a random chance, guys. I don't know, but it entertained me greatly.
I remember in production, when you first came up to me, hey, we got this prototype working. I saw it, I was like, my gosh, how are we gonna pull this off?
I'm gonna blow up the whole goddamn world with this thing. That's the power of fantasy here.
The sundial itself, it looks like a very dangerous thing. It looks like the type of thing that your mother would tell you not to play on, and here we're sending 6 people up on that thing to play with time. What were some of the different discoveries that you make along the way through playtest with the sundial specifically?
Make friends. I'm just kidding.
No, it was actually kind of humbling, and just kind of it was a
Yeah,
great
another
exercise in
life
just user
text.
experience, because you spend all this time building encounters, building mechanics, and tweaking things, iterating, and some of the most fun that we had in playtests, and we were noticing is players just like killing themselves. They really just like to entertain themselves by just being murdered over and over and over again. So the sundial, it probably has some design flaws. Osiris, he was just
It's a feature.
Yeah,
it's a feature. Yeah.
There they go.
In some timelines they die, in some timelines they make it, You can't control time.
Yeah. Well, we encourage you all to be very careful as you play on the sundial.
Did this guy just
that's
say
the
that
end
people
of
enjoy
the first
killing
encounter,
themselves?
And there are several more encounters that would lead to the final boss.
Yep.
We will unveil different final bosses week over week, and that's as far as we're going to go with all this today. So we've given you a taste of the new action, the conditions, what's at stake, what you have to fight with. New champions will require a new artifact.
I
Anything
think
else
they're
you
going
want
to
to
do one
call
more
out?
segment on PvP.
No,
Just
isn't
the whole
accepted.
team. The whole team that
Yeah,
worked
okay.
on this they just brought it.
I know, for
I'm
real,
super
dude.
proud of
Isn't
everybody.
is that what he
Cool.
said though?
Well, we thank you for all your hard work.
Oh, you
everyone
gotta
at
be
Bungie
careful
who
with
worked
those
on this.
kind of
Pats
jokes,
on the
my
back
dude.
for everybody. Lots of love in this room. If you're sitting in chat hoping for another, 2 tokens and a blue moment, we're here to rewrite history. So what we're going to do is we're going to enable you to discover the rewards and how all that works. The first loot drops will be for you to earn. Season of Dawn begins on December 10th.
Is it over?
And, John Toe, one thing we didn't cover is that you have written a number of different chapters of lore, and we're going to be sharing those on
That guy in the
Bungie.net.
flannels,
So if you'd like to
super
read
creepy.
about the stories that we're telling before you start to experience them in the game, starting at the end of this stream, we're going to publish our first chapter of
Nice.
pre-launch web lore
I
to
liked
the
that they
Bungie
did
blog.
that last time,
So
too.
check it out. And we're going to have another one to publish every day between now and launch.
Cool.
So on Tuesday, the weekly reset will change the game more than it does on your standard week. We're really looking forward to you playing Season of Dawn. We thank you very much for tuning into this live stream.
That was
No matter
super
which
short.
platform, no matter which channel you're using to watch us, we do love
I think there's a
getting
lot
the
of stuff
community
they're not
together
telling
to
us.
receive some new news. And we can't wait to see you again
I hope.
on Mercury. Please watch your step. It's a dangerous place. I'm Deej. Thanks to all of the developers who played the new activity or talked about their work sitting in the hot seats. This is the end of our show for today.
Let's watch the trailer one more time.
You've been busy, Guardian.
That's a really short stream. 2 tokens and a blue.
When you slew the Undying Mind, you changed the course of
2
history.
tokens and a blue? Is that what you mean, Clumsy?
Now time is broken on Mercury, fractured by the Legion. They intend to write a new history, a new
is
ending
a
to the
longer
Red
version
War.
of 2 tokens. If you're talking about 2 tokens
You're
and a
willing
blue,
to help.
there was a
You'll need to
live
walk
stream
the
where they were like
corridors of
showing
time.
like how I think it was
You'll
for
need my
Curse of Osiris,
sundial to do
like
it.
how good of rewards
I
you can
built
get
it
from public events
so
now,
that an
because there was like a
ally
lot of
of mine
complaints
could
about
cheat
that.
death.
And then when the person on stream
I failed
opened
to help
the reward
his
chest at the
death
end of a public event,
remains
he
my
got
greatest
2
regret.
like planetary tokens, because it was tokens at the time, and a blue engram. And like that was the good new awards that people
call
could get.
me
So it became
The
like this
greatest
meme.
titan who ever lived.
Like, oh, I hope probably just gonna get 2 tokens and a blue. Oh man. Just like I said before, the whole aesthetic of this looks great.
You fight
Yeah,
like
it was kind of a
caged
funny
animal.
thing. And I remember when, I think I was watching Goth stream, because he does like what I'm doing right now, and he was like, is that 2 tokens and a blue? And like it kind of just exploded from there.
Triple down. Why, you're like you savage. What? Seven column.
Bring the sky down upon them.
It's gonna be dope. I'm surprised the stream wasn't longer, but it's gonna be dope. I think, for sure. So, yeah, definitely. What do you guys think? What was your reaction to that? Someone in the Bungie chat just wrote another season of reskins. But I mean, it looked good. I think that it definitely has a lot of. I'm gonna go buy the season pass, dude. Clumsy, for real though. Like, if you're short on cash or something, I'm pretty sure you can just pick the one season to buy. So, like, look at your options, because I'm pretty sure, like, if you go in game, you might be able to just buy the one season. I'm pretty sure they said that you could do that. So, I think it looks dope. I love the whole aesthetic. I keep saying it, but it looks true. That rocket launcher has such Gallahorn feels. Like, obviously it's not Gallahorn. I can't wait either, dude. It's not Gallahorn, but it has such Gallahorn feels. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do first. You know what, though? I have to see. I'm looking forward to it, but this will be the first real instance where we see what the season pass is like, minus the expansion that was Shadowkeep. Right, because Shadowkeeps, we're like kind of done with it, right? Like, it has no influence on anything at this point, right? Like, because you don't need Shadowkeep to have this expansion. I'm sure. I'm very sure of. I'm gonna open Destiny and fly into Tess real quick. I'm gonna in 15 minutes I'm gonna end the stream, but we can definitely just continue the conversation. Yeah, because that's what you mean though, Truth, right? Like you want to see what it's like without needing to see what it's like. Oh, you know what I didn't do was change it back to this so you guys can see. Clumsy, I'm gonna go in, well, that and just to see how the content stream will work with new motif they pitched. Yeah, that's true. Well, didn't they say that all this was supposed to affect like the other thing? Like, I guess it technically that's why it shows Osiris saying like, oh, you know what you've done so far has led to this, blah blah blah. It'll be interesting. I mean, I think the season's $10, so if I can buy the season on its own, then why wouldn't I just maybe buy it on PC and then I can have it in both spots? Deadly made me believe that you can buy a la carte, but I don't remember. I should see if I have that Sparrow, because now I'm interested. I don't know how to get into my menu with a mouse and keyboard. I guess I didn't even have to fly into the tower to get to the store. I always forget.
Always good to see you, Guardian.
Includes access to the current season pass. Actually, what does this look like? I don't like that one as much as I liked the Hunter one. Definitely don't like that. Okay, we're getting off track here. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know.
Thank you for shopping at Eververse.
I really did think there was a way to buy things a la carte, but whatevs.
No word from Venture.
But yeah. They said there would be, right? Okay, I'm not imagining that. Yeah. So, Clumsy, like I said, man, buy the season pass if you want to. But remember, dude, like, you only have to buy it in one place. So if you think that you're going to start maining on Xbox, buy it there, and then at least, like, when you play on the other console, you'll have all the stuff. You might just not be able to access that thing with other people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to... I don't know. Let me see what Steam has. I'm not going to obviously like show you guys Steam, but I have an invite from somebody to be friends. Oh, okay. I know who that is. Let me see. Still like trying to figure out how to use Steam. I truly have no idea. Okay. Search, let me see. So yeah, so like, if you think that you're going to be playing on PS4 the most with people, then like, just keep it on that, because you can play all that stuff and then still access the stuff that you get from the activities on Xbox. If you're wanting to play those activities on Xbox, then, I mean, yeah, then you're gonna have to buy the pass elsewhere. I wish that they had mentioned that in the stream. No, I'll be on Xbox. There you go. Then yeah, I mean, just you can just buy it. What I don't see, honestly, is just the season pass. Maybe you have to go on to Bungie. Let's see. I'm not gonna pull it up, but let's see. Says it's purchased in game for 1,000 silver. Where? Where are you supposed to? Where do you? Like maybe the day of? Can you not purchase it now? Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna sign in and see Season of Dawn. Okay. Pff, this is a cool require season pass. Oh, the Lantern of Osiris is available to all players. Oh, that's not the sundial. Okay. From website, how do I buy the season pass? Any purchase of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep comes with the currently active season pass. Oh, a standalone season pass may also be purchased in-game for 1,000 silver. The collector's and digital editions of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep include 4 season passes. Okay, so they're changing the verbiage, which is why it's confusing. So in order to just have all of the things, you have to buy the digital deluxe. If you want to just go a la carte, then you buy it in-game for 1,000 silver. And the reason why I don't think you could buy Season of Undying by itself. Like, that's the thing. I guess, I don't know. I didn't even see where you could buy it. I mean, it's fine. So here are the things. Actually, you know what? Since we're talking about it, we're almost done. So here are the things that repair the sundial, require the season pass. So journey through time to save a legendary hero. That breaks my heart because, like, if you don't have the season pass, you can't do the Save 14 thing. The sundial, defend the sundial from the Cabal in an all-new 6-player match-made activity, and then earn new weapons. Choose which weapons to earn by completing time-lost weapon frames. And then the artifact is available to all Destiny 2 players regardless. And then the season pass rewards. So these are the Eververse ones, right? Because these didn't look like the things that we all were, like, foaming at the mouth for. But this one requires a season pass that looks like a submachine gun? And this looks maybe like a sidearm, but also could be a... Oh, look! Okay, and then here's the seasonal rewards. I looked on my season page on Xbox, and it said my season pass is active. Did you buy... yeah, because, okay, so the current season came with a purchase of Shadowkeep. Because it came with a version of Shadow... Season of Undying came with Shadowkeep, whether you bought the season pass or not. Oh, no, these were the ornament... oh, no, the ornaments at the end were the ones that we all liked, right? Yes, because here's the helmet. But you can get the helmet in the free version of it, too. Oh, look, you get this. That's that scout. It just takes way longer time to get the... oh, no, you only get the helmet. Dang, glad I have it on the other thing. Okay. So like what I want to know, so like when I was playing on Xbox and then I loaded in on PC here, like I don't own Shadowkeep or anything, and it showed that my season pass was active. Is that because I have it on Xbox? Doesn't make any sense. But I have all season check marks. So did you buy the deluxe version? Right. It's a little confusing, but I guess on Tuesday all will be answered. My gut tells me since I own everything on my Xbox, I'm going to log into Xbox first and check it out and then hop onto PC and see like what transfers over and what doesn't. Because this season I did not own Shadowkeep, but when I logged in here, I was still like seeing progress towards like a paid for season pass. So, we'll see. Oh, on PS4. Okay, so it shows on PS4 that you bought the deluxe, and then on Xbox it shows that you own all of the season pass. I didn't think that's how it was supposed to work. I don't know, but what I do know, I'll take a look at your picture on Discord, because I believe you. It's confusing, and it's always confusing until it launches. What I do know is that I need to hop off. I have an appointment somewhere at 3, and it is about 5 to 2. So this was super, super fun. I'm going to take a look, Clumsy, because that's pretty dope, if that is the case. Because I didn't think that's how it was supposed to work. But if it does, then I'm not upset. Anyway, so yeah, this has been a really awesome stream. Thanks so much for the follow and the subs today, boys. I will actually be back live tomorrow night for the 6th episode of Therapy Thursdays. I'm not really quite sure what the topic's going to be. I know that the topics of like stress management, exercise, have been floating around. So I might do one of those two, and see what I can come up with, in terms of talking points and things like that. So I will be live tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for Therapy Thursdays episode 6. Keep an eye out on my socials, which are up over this way. Is it this way? Let's see. This way. Yeah, this way. So you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and I will catch you guys again. And then I'm probably actually also going to be doing a not as regular as my Wednesdays and every other Thursday stream on Saturday. I'm going to be playing some Apex Legends, yeah, because I just recently got that downloaded and I'm back in it and it's fun. So I will catch you guys later. Thank you guys so much. This was such a fun stream today. I will talk to you guys super, super soon. I hope everyone has a good one. I'll catch you later.